Good evening. Once again, welcome to Spirit Connections, another fun-filled night with Stephanie Burke. As always, she is usually my chat room host, but she's next to me tonight because we're actually trying out a new format, kind of like a little round table with an imaginary round table.
Right here.
So we just wanted to talk about some of the hot topics, some events, all that good stuff. All, today's chatter so much, so to speak.
So what's going on?
Not much. No, actually, a lot. First, I want to say one of our main cutie head, who is a huge viewer in the chat room, I want to send out some healing energy tonight for her family. Someone had just went through major surgery, so I want to, all my positive people out there, make sure you send some positive thoughts and some prayer and some healing energy to my good friend. Her name's Alyssa and Jeannie, who I know you guys hear me talk about them all the time. It's her family, so definitely send some energy out. That's first and foremost because I love them. So yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to talk about. But I also want to talk about some of the upcoming events that we have going on too. Coming up March 18th, St. Patty Day's weekend, is Nicole Stevens' Angel Kisses, and I'm going to be there as well. It's at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Nashua, New Hampshire. All proceeds go to the Zachary Tompkins Memorial Fund. So it's $50 a ticket. All you have to do is go to NicoleStevens.com for more information, and it's NicoleStevens.com. So that's going to be pretty big. Also, which I wanted to talk to you about too, more recently, what's coming up this Monday, Steph? You want to tell us?
What's this Monday? Oh, I wasn't prepared for that. It is the second episode premiere of Phantom PI, finally.
No, the last one we did was in September. Well, last one you guys did.
October 7th, I think.
Oh, it was October 7th. Okay, so it was...
It was the first premiere, first episode ever.
Okay.
So the second episode's finally airing tonight after some editing issues and getting people here to edit and things like that. Just everybody's schedules are just crazy. We all do volunteer work, so to get everyone together in the same team is nuts because everybody has life. So we finally got everybody together, got it done, so I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait either because
Right.
I'm actually part of it this time, so I'm really excited about it. So can you tell a little bit about where it was at, or should we just save it for Monday for all the viewers?
This episode, I believe, was, correct me if I'm wrong, Peanut Gallery, the Sam West House in Acushnet.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm not part of that one.
No.
I thought it was the one in October.
No, not that one. So this one was just, I guess, probably easier to edit. We had a little bit more to go on. So from what I hear, we caught really, really good evidence. It's a really, really interesting house. I've been there a few times. You've actually been there with me twice, right?
Yes.
Very active.
Twice? Yes,
very,
it was twice.
Very interesting. So definitely tune in, definitely see what it's all about. It should be a really good episode. I can't wait for it. We're all going to be here watching it at the same time as everybody else at home. So it'll be the first time that I see it. So
What time is that on?
I think 8 p.m.
Now, do you know, I should know this too, but it escapes my mind. But obviously, everybody can tune into WCTV. What about online? Is there an online address?
I think if you go to WCTV.org, you can watch it. WarehamTV.org, I'm sorry. You can go on, you can watch it at the same time that it airs. So you can look at the schedule and see when it's airing and then watch it live right there. So.
And of course, if you guys at home have any suggestions on where these guys can go.
Definitely.
If you have a haunted location, whether it's a house, restaurant, whatever it may be.
Wherever, let us know.
Definitely you can contact Carlston Wood at WCTV.org.
Yep, or we're on Facebook too. Check out, it's facebook.com/paranormaltv. So you can reach us there, send us a message, let us know. Even if you don't have a location, come on, like our page, keep up to date. We have giveaways constantly every month.
Free t-shirts.
Yes, free t-shirts, definitely. We have a lot going on, so go on, check it out, let us know that you're watching, let us know you're a fan or you're interested or anything like that. So
That's good.
That's all I got.
Good. Well, there's a lot. There's also another thing that I wanted to bring up is, as you guys know, all the Spirit Connections, we film it on Ustream at SpookySouthCoast.com, Spooky TV. That's how the majority of you guys are watching, and you've been able to look at all the past shows and archives. But what we're doing now is actually I'm uploading everything to YouTube, so we can have even a more broadened viewing selection. So how you guys, if you missed it, if you're not sure how to use YouTube, all you have to do is you can go to SpookySouthCoast.com. There's an archive section on the website. So if you click the archive section, at the very bottom it'll say Spirit Connections Archives. So that's all the current videos that I have. Right now I have about 5 of them up there because it is a really long process. But and we have so many shows. It's almost been a year. Next month it'll be a year. So we will eventually get them all up and going and all that good
That's cool
stuff.
too, because YouTube would never allow you to have that many minutes or anything like that. So usually I had to keep it to like 6 minutes tops. So it's awesome that you can actually put it on there.
There's a little, I'm not that computer savvy, as you know. That's why she does the chat room and I'm far away from the computer. But yeah, so it did take me a little while to get the hang of things. But as you guys know too, Spooky South Coast, Tim and Matt, those guys have been actually uploading their things to YouTube as well. So we're trying to just make a smooth transition, as smooth as possible.
Well, it's good because it goes out to a bigger audience too.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Get more feedback, get more people watching. Can't go wrong.
Exactly. So what else is going on? Anything else with you?
With me personally, no, but we both have April 21st is coming up.
But before that, before that, I was going to segue into that too. Talking about events, 'tis the season for events because so many guests too on Spirit Connections.
Yes.
Oh, what are we going to talk about? There's so much. My ADD is out of control. Okay, so first and foremost, the events that Steph and I are going to be taking part in together, we have the Ocean State Paracon, which is hosted by Ken DaCosta.
Yes.
And that's going to be April 14th from 12 to 7 at St. Anne's Cultural Center in Warwick. Is it Woonsocket, Rhode Island. So you definitely want to check that out. I know I'm going to be doing a Q&A. Steph and the Phantom PI crew, they're going to be there hanging out. So if you definitely want to go for a good meet and greet and actually ask questions, even if you have, I'm sure if you have pictures of paranormal pictures, or spirit pictures, whatever you may have. If you have any evidence, I'm sure they'd love to see it too. So
no, absolutely, and there's going to be a lot of people there that have been on our show too. So it's kind of like a meet and greet for everybody.
Yes, and it's just a good crowd.
It is,
and it's a beautiful location.
I heard.
I can't. Well, I did too. I haven't gone yet either, but I heard it's really good. I know Maureen does some work out of there.
Yep.
And then the following week is going to be another big week because it's the South Coast Paranormal and Psychic Fair down at the Seaport in Fairhaven. That's going to be from 10 to 6. Again, we're actually going to be sitting at the same table this time, sharing a table.
We did last time, but I kind of pretended to be you because people would have you go off and do whatever and be like, "Hi, Tiffany Rice." Here you go. Take a card.
Oh, yeah, here's a card. Call her.
You're like, "Oh my God, you're Tiffany." Like, "Sure I am. Here you go." Because I had to man your table, but this time
I know
we'll both be together.
I'm excited.
We'll see how it goes.
It's going to be big. There's a lot of things. And that night, I have the graveyard shift at Slater Mill with Jeff Belanger and Tim Weisberg and the Johnsons and everybody. So I know tickets are still available for that. So you want to check out Graveyard Shifts. Legend Trips on Facebook. But all of this stuff, whether it's the Cultural Center, tongue twister, Cultural Center in Woonsocket, or whether it's at the Seaport, the Paranormal Fair, you can go to my Spirit Medium Tiffany page on Facebook, and I can put you to even the Phantom PI link if you had any questions.
Absolutely.
You can always check it out. Go to my email at tiffcat3@gmail.com. That's where I post everything, even who's going to be on. I know tonight's guest, we have Todd Mooney, who is an energy worker, which I can't wait because he has actually opened himself up even more from the last time he was on the show. I think We had him on back in June or July.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Yes,
It's been
it
a
has.
while. And we were just talking about his medium ability, and now he's actually expanded into doing work with crystals, which he gave me a crystal healing, actually, which I'll talk a little bit more with him. But
Don't give it away
I know,
now.
I know. I just get excited though because it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm always so like on high at all times. So it was actually really nice
That's
to
awesome.
be able to.
No, I can't wait. I
feel
can't wait till he comes
relaxing.
on. And
Yes,
he should be here soon. So
I know.
it'll be exciting.
It is.
It's been such a long time. Everything changes. It's crazy
Everything.
how much everything changes.
It does.
Like we're almost at a year now.
I can't believe that. The last week in April will be April 26th will be a year for Spirit
It's
Connections.
crazy. Like where did the year go?
I know.
It's been filled with excitement and
Just
craziness.
meeting
and-
so many
Yeah.
people
Yep.
over and over and over again. Next week we have the owner. We have Angela on. She is the owner of Mind Body Bar in Rehoboth. So she's going to be on to talk about her new classes,
Yep.
which I know you're going to be super excited about.
You never know.
Well, we're kind of the same when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
Which we have to go to one of her classes.
We have to go to a lot of classes.
We do have to go. We have to take Spirit Connection field trips.
I think we should. I told you that. Bring the camera crew with us. Steph and Tiff take a class.
I think that would be good.
I think it's a good
Air it
idea.
on a Saturday morning with some good cereal. And, you
Like
know?
the Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
Or Saturday morning Steph and Tiff.
Yeah, I think that would be great. That could be kind of like a spin-off. What would we call it?
I don't know. We could call it whatever we wanted.
Road Trip sounds so 1997. Remember that movie, Road Trip?
Yes, I do.
No.
We,
That was a big
we should
hit.
take chat room suggestions for our spin-off show.
Good thinking. Good thinking. So if you guys have any suggestions on a
Yep.
spin-off show, a live spin-off show, of
Yep.
course, then definitely get into the chat room. Do you feel kind of funny not having the computer by your
Yes,
side right
I
now?
do. Because every single time I've even sat up here, I've had the computer. So I'm like, what do I do? I'm playing with my mic wire.
Well, that's how I
It's-
feel.
it's
Yeah,
tough.
I'm always. That's why I just noticed the shirt. You know, like because when you're used to sitting behind a computer, you kind of.
I know, and I even thought tonight, like, oh, I'll be fine. You know, I'm not feeling all that great. I'll, kind of dress down.
And here I
and
go. I change it up.
Come here, Tiff changes up the set. I got to sit in front of the camera. I'm like,
ADD.
Oh, no. Oh,
ADD
no.
again. I know.
That's all right. You guys can deal with me in my sweatpants this week.
See, it doesn't even look like you have sweatpants on.
Well, they're yoga pants.
Yeah, well,
I
yoga,
still call them sweatpants. I can't get used to
yoga,
it.
Sweatpants. You know.
Yep,
So, pretty soon you will be sitting back in front of the computer
I will.
in your comfy zone.
And I'll be the waist up again. I could be wearing bunny slippers and you guys don't even know it.
I know. We'll
So,
see. We'll see.
You never know. We should have pajama week.
Oh, we could have a slumber party. Why not?
We could do whatever we want.
Live audience. We should raffle off a ticket for the live audience.
We could do that too.
That's something good.
Chat room ideas. Everybody get your ideas
I know.
in. What do you want to see us
seriously.
do?
And I'm always posting on Spirit Medium Tiffany on
Yep.
Facebook. Plug. I'm always posting. Definitely, like
Yep.
any suggestions. Who do you guys want to see? Like, get it in. I'm telling you, get it in.
Yep.
All right, Steph.
All right. I'm going back to my computer now.
So this is who I have on now is going to be Todd Mooney, medium energy worker, one of my close friends, which I'm very, very excited about. What you guys see on the screen? Oh, you did see on the screen anyways. It had all of Todd's info. How you doing?
Great, how are you?
Good.
I'm happy to
Good.
be here again.
I know, it's different background.
Absolutely.
We're in the studios. I feel like I'm yelling at everybody right
Bigger
now.
and better, all the way.
Yep. I'm
Yep,
excited.
Absolutely.
I'm excited, definitely. So, what brings you down to the WCTV studios tonight?
To speak about all the good things I'm doing with Spirit and Energy. It's actually since your show, maybe it started it, I'm not sure, but it's been great ever since then. I've just been getting myself out there, doing a lot more mediumship work, and now I'm doing a lot of energy healing, which is awesome. It's awesome stuff.
So
It
now,
really is.
are you actually going to a place, or because
Well,
Oh, go ahead. I'll let
Yeah,
you
no,
talk.
sorry. No, I go to clients' homes, and mainly with energy work, it's more of a private thing. So it's I actually have a massage table that I use that I lay actually the clients out on, and I do my work on them. So, and it tends to go a little bit longer than like a normal reading that I usually do, like a 15, 20-minute reading. I go to 45 minutes to an hour to do a full session with actually just the main energy work that I do, and then also the crystal healing that I do too. So. It's excellent stuff. It's really great.
Now, you've been doing them online
Yes.
through
Yeah,
PayPal.
yes, exactly. Yes, I've been doing. That's new for me too. I've actually been doing readings through Facebook chat of all things, and some of them have been excellent, awesome readings. Been awesome readings. So.
Now, what's the page? Because I know Todd just created a new page on Facebook for all of his medium work or his information on classes. What's the page on Facebook?
It's just Todd Mooney, and then
Can you spell that for me?
yeah, Todd Mooney, ToddMooney, and then it's a dash, and then it's medium / energy worker. So that's it. You can find it off your page too. So.
Yeah, Spirit Medium Tiffany. I was just going to say something, and then I realized I won't. But Spirit Medium Tiffany on Facebook, and I can definitely post up the link,
Absolutely.
like I always do. Post up the link as far as how to get to Todd's page and like it. Definitely let
Please
them know
do.
that you saw Spirit Connect. Let him know that you watched Spirit Connections.
Yep, and like I said, I've started to do the readings through Facebook chat, and it actually works out quite well. It really does. You know, I'd be really surprised. It started by accident. I had a friend of mine that I was going to do a reading for, and Spirit one day just kind of dragged me in, and I started to just do the reading with her, and it progressed, and it was wonderful. It was really nice. It really was. So.
That's great.
Absolutely.
So now, since you've been on the show, you started doing crystal healing.
Absolutely.
So what was the draw to you to all of a sudden use that modality as far as energy work?
Well, yeah, I've always been drawn to crystals for some reason, and I've always had a few around the house, whatnot, but I didn't really think too much of it. And then I actually had a reading from a mutual friend of ours, and she said, maybe you should look into that a bit more. And I did, and I kind of intuited it. It kind of came to me, and I looked around, and I got a few crystals. I did some reading, and I just kind of energized actually use the crystals and put my energy into them, and then I started using them on folks in my healing, and the healing is just, it takes what I do normally and just cranks it up a notch, pretty much. It amplifies everything that I do.
Now, what is it? What is it that draws the energy to the crystals?
I think the main thing is because they're from the earth, and the way that they're made, the way the crystals and how they're formed. I think it just helps magnify anything that I'm putting into them. Because basically, when I'm doing the energy work that I'm doing now anyway, I'm just taking ambient energy that's around us, through us, and all over the earth pretty much, and I'm just focusing it through myself, through the crystals, and then using that on the area on the person that I need to work on, or just doing a cleansing and whatnot. So it's just basically putting out that all together, and the crystals just really help focus what I'm doing.
Now, are there any particular, because I know there's amethyst, amethyst.
I do the same thing every single time.
Amethyst and rose quartz. Like, is there a particular type of crystal that you use on a clearing?
Yeah, I use the clear quartz, which is, I have one piece now. I found it kind of by accident. I was actually looking for a different piece of crystal. And I looked over, I saw this one piece, and it just kind of grabbed me. So actually, that was one I used on you last night. So.
I know, nice
Yeah.
segue into it. But last night I actually received a crystal healing from Todd, and it was amazing. I'm telling you, I'm that skittish person that's always anxious and always all out of control.
Yeah, she likes to fight things. She wouldn't allow the healing to happen, but she did, and I got a lot out of her. She wasn't feeling too well, and she felt so much better afterwards. So.
And all he did was touch my foot, and it wasn't reflexology. Where, if you guys are familiar with reflexology, it's almost like a manipulation of certain areas of the foot that actually apply to certain other areas of your body. But you just place the quartz, the crystal quartz, right at the bottom of my foot.
Right.
And then he did like a pressure point.
Pretty much. It's basically putting the crystal there. I'm kind of pulling your energy through the crystal, and then what I use with my other hand is basically directing it. It's kind of like a focus beam into the crystal, and then I'm just recycling your own energy pretty much, and clearing out the negative or whatever you have going on, and I can usually perceive if you have anything else going on, like sickness-wise or any kind of aches and pains and whatnot. So it's just I'm still learning more as I go along, and it's just every single time I do it, it gets better, which is awesome. It really does. And that rose quartz too that I gave you, that's like my control stone. I use that, if I'm not really sure how I'm going to perform, what I'm going to do actually on the person at first, I kind of give them that. They kind of put their energy into it pretty much, and then I perceive how I'm going to go with that particular stone. So it's just, there's a lot to it, and it's just, I'm doing a lot of good things with it. So.
Now, let me ask you, because I know you just touched base a little bit about why you put it at the foot.
Right.
Is it? Go
You
ahead.
think about it this way, you have your root chakra, which is, actually at the bottom of your coccyx, okay? I'm going even deeper than that. I'm going all the way down to the the lowest point in your body, pretty much. So I'm taking anything that needs to come out of your body all the way down, all the way through your feet, and then into the crystal, pretty much. And that's kind of how that works.
Now, do you do a clearing on the crystal after
Yeah.
you?
After it.
Now, how do you do? What is involved with the clearing?
Usually, I mean, the best way, I mean, usually even if you're going to buy crystals for the first time, you take them home, you have to clean them and cleanse them. So usually like a salt water solution, Epsom salts, I'll use that after I use it with someone. And then also just put it out in the sun. Just let it sit in the sun for a day, and that kind of burns off any residual that's
I
in
want
the
a
stone.
crystal.
We'll go find you
I
one.
want-
We'll get you
Well,
one.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
the feeling that I had, it was, and you could totally feel the energy actually being. Because I told him at one point, I said, okay, I know that I'm withholding it because
could feel
I
it.
felt the anxiety of not wanting to let go.
Mm-hmm.
But I did finally let it kind of ease out.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden I felt a coolness at the bottom of my foot.
Yep.
And I said, do you feel that? Do you feel how cold my foot is? But at the
Yep.
same time, I mean, I had a sock on, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not a big fan of feet.
Neither am
So,
I,
yeah.
which is the funny thing, but you gotta do the healing.
I even felt kind of awkward having him touch my foot. But but it's true. I mean, all kidding aside, it's afterwards. And okay, so after he does the crystal quartz, on my foot, he gives me the rose quartz. So this is what he meant by the rose quartz. And what I had to do, I held it to my heart.
Yeah, and just
my heart chakra.
You just breathe deep a few times. You just kind of like cycle what I just did to you, and to have your body kind of respond to what I just did, because you just don't want to get up right away, or it's all on healing, but you still want to have like a little respite between carrying on to what you're doing, pretty much. So. Yep.
So it's such a wonderful experience. But before I ask you any more, Steph, do we have any questions?
We do. I have a few of them actually.
Awesome.
They want to know, is energy work similar to Feng Shui?
It is. I mean, Feng Shui is a very old modality, and it's using. I'm not really sure. I'm not about the Feng Shui aspect, but it's all energy. It's all just how you use energy and predictions and how you set up your house and whatnot. I'm not too versed on the Feng Shui, but it works the same on the same lines, because it's all energy pretty much. And the thing is, we all have the ability to manipulate and use the energy that's around us, because we're all energy.
All right. Can energy work heal wounds?
Absolutely. Personally, I've never been able to do that, but the Qigong, it's kind of like Tai Chi, but it's like medical energy work that be used medical, but it's an ancient, again, a Chinese technique, and it's been known to do that. I've seen actually YouTube videos where there's 3 practitioners, or they're actually doctors as well. They're actually focusing their energy on a tumor, and you can actually see the tumor in an ultrasound, and the tumor actually gets smaller. It's the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. And it's just again just another modality, to use your energy.
And positive
a really
thinking,
good-
and yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, I think Steph, you and I have experienced that too, as far as
Right.
seeing the power of energy
And it's
actually
cool 'cause you
work
know
its
that-
magic, so to speak.
Right.
Yep. You know the power, but when you actually see it and you helped facilitate it, it's the best thing ever.
Well, and the other thing is too, it's everyone's always like, it's great that you do that. It's awesome that you can do that. But see, the thing is though, it's really not me. I'm just a conduit.
Right.
it's,
That's why I said facilitate. 'cause
Right.
That's all we are.
It's
Yeah.
energy
Yeah.
that's out here that's being directed, and it's their body too. You're just waking up the cells. You're just waking up
Yep.
the homeostasis that's
Yep.
right there. So.
That's a really good thing that you explain that, because we try to tell people all the time that we're just a vessel. We're
Right.
just being used
Exactly.
to keep the flow of energy going. So
Absolutely. It's all you have the ability. You have the potential within you already. It's just about waking it up, and I just give a little nudge. That's pretty much all
Yep.
I'm doing. Especially with the cleansing that I did for you. It's good on a daily basis. Not on a daily basis, but when you can, to have that completely done, because you're dealing with a stone. Particularly, not really sure how old particularly the stone is, but it's been in the earth for a while.
Right.
And just using a stone like that is just it's awesome. Just to have one in your person, we'll have to get you a stone, for sure.
A big one.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a couple that look like jelly beans.
Well,
They were given to me, and at times I think, oh, there's a jelly bean at the bottom. Little
Yeah.
treat for the car ride home,
Oh.
and then I realize, oh, that's not a butterscotch
Yeah.
jelly bean.
Yeah, then you have a broken
That's-
tooth.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be a whole different show.
Would that
And
be
that's just-
citrine?
Yep, that's what it was. Like, oh, that's like a cool little creamsicle pop, and
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah,
Very
it's a
sorry to
stone.
hear that, Tiff.
Mm-hmm.
So on to the next question.
On to the next.
You answered this a little bit already, but they did ask, do you cleanse the crystals after each client so not to hold their energy?
Absolutely. And also, there's just a little mini ceremony that I do. I have actually have 4 crystal candle holders, and I just do a little kind of like a little cleansing exercise where I light them all in the 4 directions, and I put the stones in the middle, and I just kind of clear out the stones that way too. It's just, that's, depending on how much usage the stones are getting, I'll do that on like a weekly basis or a daily.
For how long? I mean, is it just something?
Till the, like the little teacup candles until they burn out.
Oh, okay.
So it completely, cleans them all out. And then the best way to energize them is just put them in the window in the sun. The sun does amazing things. And that actually also like kind of triple cleanses the stones. So
I want crystals. I
Okay,
actually
we'll get you
know from my previous guest, Kimberly Gallagher, she does a lot of crystal work too. She's over at Serenity in Easton, and she had said that she actually sometimes sleeps with her crystals.
Oh yeah, well I have them like right next to me, in the little bags next to my bed because it's
Oh
just.
no, she puts them in her bed
Oh.
and sleeps with her crystals.
Oh wow. Interesting.
So I always it's amazing. It's amazing.
Absolutely,
How,
there's so many different ways to help and heal.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I like it. I like it a lot. So now, so you're saying for healing primarily as far as releasing the blockages, you would use a crystal, a clear quartz.
Right, clear quartz. But it depends.
Okay.
It depends on the person too. It's funny. I mean, I have probably about 16 to 17 stones, and every stone has a meaning, has things you can do with it. But honestly, most of the ones that I've picked up, they were more intuitive. That they work for me. I could maybe remember what half of them actually mean, but depending on the person, one stone could work a little bit better, and that's kind of how I go with it. It's all intuitive. I bring them all with me whenever I do a healing, and they choose the situation pretty much. You know what I mean?
Well,
So-
I do want to bring it up too, because as Todd was just speaking, I just realized that you're actually going to be taking part in a wellness fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's an energy healing fair at the center in East Bridgewater.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be May 6th, which is a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's so far out, so I'm hoping you can have more classes before then,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I know, especially after tonight, everyone's going to be like, I want it.
No, absolutely.
But you're going to be offering 20-minute sessions, right?
Absolutely. Yep. I'll be, doing any kind of directed energy work, or just a cleansing, or just whatever you so choose to do.
You really have to try it out, guys. I'm telling you, even he worked on me, and afterwards I had that look of, just my eyes were half shut, just
Yep.
the
Yeah,
feeling
but-
of relaxation.
Yeah, those are main side effects. You get very, very, very sleepy. You have a good night's rest, and sometimes some little crazy dreams, but nothing huge.
Oh, I was in bed by 11, which is
Good for you.
super early for me.
Nice.
I put myself to bed. I didn't, I actually was like, it's time for me to go to
I'm
sleep.
telling you, slept well,
Yeah,
didn't you?
I did.
Absolutely.
I did. I slept like a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
So, Steph, I see you writing. So, want me to help you catch up on some of those questions?
That would be great. Okay, hold on.
And also in the chat room tonight is Miss Sarah.
I'm the weirdo, like in the corner. I
And-
realized, like looking
Oh,
at
no,
myself in
like,
the camera, I'm
please,
like,
come over.
Oh my goodness, I'm like half in and half out. It's really weird.
You're peeking. You're just a little peeker.
I'm a little peeker.
So Sarah is actually Todd's fiance. They're getting married in Hawaii
We are.
Wow,
We
that's
are.
awesome.
in September.
Yep.
Great
Romantic getaway. What's the actual date of the
We're getting married
nuptials?
September 21st of this
Oh.
year. This year.
I know.
not
I always
next
say
year.
next September.
Todd always
I'm
says next September.
so
but
bad
it's
like
That's
that.
gonna be there.
I know.
I'm actually.
I caught myself today, hon. I did. So.
That's going to be a year for Steph. She'll
Yes,
be
it
married
will.
over a year.
Maybe
Oh,
we'll
wow.
see you there because I really want to go for my anniversary. We were supposed to
Wow.
go for our honeymoon and we couldn't. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had to close on our house 6 days after our wedding, so
Aw.
we skipped it. We both had new jobs. We're like, oh,
Right.
we'll just
We-
wait till next year.
We need
so.
to have a wellness fair at your house, Steph.
Yeah, we
Right.
can do that.
Have all our viewers just go to Steph's house.
Yeah, so,
We need to have the round table at my house.
Yes.
So speaking about the energy and crystal healing,
Yep.
Sarah gets it every night.
Almost every
Yeah,
day.
she's my.
It's really amazing, and I'm not just saying that because, he's my fiance, but it's one of the most amazing things I've ever actually experienced myself. When he first came to me, he's like, "Oh, let me try these crystal things." I was like, "Okay, try the crystal things on me, whatever."
Okay, crystal boy.
Just to entertain the thought of it, and he did it, and I was so amazed, and I was like, "This is great." And my friend was here from Washington D.C., or she lives in Virginia now, and I was like, "Do the crystal thing with Kim," and he did, and she was like, "That was awesome too." It's just really amazing to have that, especially in my own house,
Yep.
and I get it for free. Which
Yeah, she's my my number one client, and
Right.
doesn't pay me a dime.
I was gonna say
Right.
PayPal works great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She pays me in love.
Right.
Okay, moving on to the next question, Steph.
Okay.
I have Bob.
it's always-
Bob's in the chat room too. Not in the chat room.
I was gonna say, I don't know if we
He's
have
under
room
the
for
table.
Bob. We can try to squeeze.
Steph's in the middle. She's like, I really
This
don't
is a
like
sardine chat room tonight. Okay. Can crystals prevent shadow people from harming people?
Yeah, they can be. I mean, honestly, all the stones that I have are kind of energized and kind of like a barrier, pretty much. I put great intention. I put my energy into them, and they can definitely ward off things. I would say, but they can also attract too. It depends on what intention and how you're energizing them. But that absolutely, you can use them as a. I never thought to do that, but I think that might be something I could offer to folks. To put intention and energize a stone. It gives them, if they have spirits that are unwanted. That's definitely
That
something I
definitely
could.
works.
And also in the doorways, you can also place.
Small stones, absolutely. It's. I mean, on that particular case, I'd probably go again, probably with a clear quartz. And that, absolutely, that can totally be done.
Yep, I've heard the way I learned it was the amethyst points. When they point to each other, it sucks the bad energy out.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
it.
actually kind of tried it once for an experiment, and it worked wonders. I
But
couldn't believe it.
And the thing is, too, to have a pure 100%, piece of amethyst is the best. I mean, I have a few pieces myself that are, not the best, not the most
Right.
pure, but you get a pure one, you'd be all set.
And they're pretty too.
Exactly. And you ladies, look at the two giant stones you have on your hands. Okay, those are crystals, if you didn't know too. So
Yes, they are,
They can
you're
also
right.
be, they're diamonds, but they can be energized just the same way and do
Yes.
just the same things. Yeah, absolutely.
Good answer. Okay, has Todd ever had a paranormal experience?
Many, many over the years. I remember the first one. I was actually 6. This happened actually down in when we were summering down Sandwich, and I remember we actually had not a camper, but we had a boat that we'd actually use as a camper. And I remember waking up by myself and just kind of coming up from the underneath and walking up into a campsite, and there was a old man in a fedora and a smoking jacket, standing right as I walked up the stairs, and I seriously thought I was dreaming. I went downstairs and woke up my parents, and come to find out I was actually awake, and that was my first one. And I think I was around 8 or so, but yep, I've had quite a few. That's for sure. And our home, yes, sir, we've all the time.
Do you think it's a case for phantom PI?
I would. Well, see, the thing is, Sarah has some ability too, and since we've been together, it's like moths to a flame. It's just turned it up a notch. So we have a lot of old houses in Dedham, and a lot of old spirits that just kind of like to walk by and say hi, and she doesn't. She's not too happy about that. But it's interesting. Some nights she'll wake up and she'll have an old little bald man at the end of the bed.
Yeah,
That's
there's an old bald man that
Oh,
just hangs out.
I was gonna say no. That's Todd.
Right.
Yeah.
That's Todd.
No, he's like a little
Not that old.
like that old bald guy, and he just
Yeah.
hangs out in our room.
As his name's Walter, and she
Not
won't
creepy.
acknowledge him at all. So
No, I tell him to go.
Is he dressed like a clown?
No,
No.
he's wearing
That would
no,
be
but he wears
horrible.
a wife beater.
he wears like a
Pretty
white
much, yeah.
white shirt and jean shorts.
Yeah, it's strange, but
It's really weird.
yeah, but he's I'm thinking like 1800s for some reason. Something about him that's
I
really,
don't know if
really...
they had jean shorts.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's like that's what I get from him. Maybe you want to dress up a little bit, but...
Hey, they can do what they want.
Exactly, right?
I've seen weirder.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. So Steph is usually feverishly. I always use the term feverishly.
You do.
She probably does have a fever tonight, and I dragged her in here
I
She
do.
can multitask
because
like no
I
one.
cracked the whip on
It's a hard work.
all of these volunteers that help us.
Which, you know, even being sick, she can multitask pleasantly over there. She's doing a hell of a job.
So,
Okay, back to my.
but yeah, she
I have
has
like 3
so many
pages
questions,
going.
so that's why I'm trying to keep a good
Yeah.
pace. And for all of you guys that are just joining us, I have Todd Mooney on the show tonight, and he is a medium and also energy worker. And you can go to his Facebook page, Todd Mooney. It's a page, just like it.
Just find it off her page. It's easiest.
Spirit Medium
yeah.
Tiffany on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's where I post all my links. And if you're just walking in halfway through the show, you can actually see the entire show. I usually post it within a couple of days of it airing. So I'm going to be posting on my page, Todd's page, Sarah's page, everybody's page. I usually post it on. So, but yeah,
It's really great to be back.
I'm glad to have you back. But the show's not over yet.
No.
So Steph, what's up for the questions?
Can other people's energy negatively affect a person?
Absolutely. I mean, you've heard, I don't know if some of you have heard the word empath. There are folks, even myself included, that can be around people and you can perceive their whatever's going on, whatever's going on in their life. You know, I almost feel as soon as you walk in the room, as soon as you see them, it happens to me all the time. I can, you know, instantly tell if someone's not in such a great mood, and it's, yeah, that happens, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry.
It's okay.
Do you believe EMF meters can detect spirit energy?
I don't have much experience with them. I mean, I've heard a few MPs that I've actually, is it EMP?
No, EMF.
EMF. Oh, EMF. I'm sorry.
You're thinking of
EMF.
EVPs.
EVP, yeah. I'm
Which
sorry.
I thought I saw someone come into the studio tonight. But I don't know because I don't see them.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
So I can't say.
But-
It's okay. Sorry. Oh, we do have EVP specialist Mike Markowitz.
Do we really?
Mike Markowitz in.
But-
Maybe he'll walk by and join Todd.
No,
So-
but honestly, I really don't have much familiarity with them, so I really couldn't speak to that. But I mean, I'm sure it's a, you know,
We'll have to-
anything electronic that can be actually interacted with energy. Of course, something can happen, definitely. So.
We'll have to take you on a Phantom PI field trip.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know. I keep saying I'd love to help in a
in a paranormal
It's
sense?
fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
definitely fun.
And you're in luck because if Mike's here tonight, sorry you guys are going to miss it, but if Mike's here, usually he has a couple of EVPs in his back pocket, which are
Awesome.
the electronic voice phenomena.
Right.
Mike? No.
So I'm just saying, he
Yeah,
might. So
sometimes
you'll
I
be
can't
able to
spell.
hear
Yep.
some of the stuff that's if he's okay with it.
Absolutely.
I'm sure he is. He's phenomenal at what he does.
Awesome
So
stuff.
You have to join us definitely on
No,
the next
yeah, I
field
would
trip.
love to. Love
Yeah.
to. Actually, I believe Terry next month, or she's actually going to be having a investigation that I'm going to help her out on. So, absolutely.
Good times.
Absolutely.
What else, Steph?
Okay. I was going to say I'm going on to page 4. So
I know, she has all these pages. You guys don't see it, but she has all these pages in
She's
front
so
of her.
quick, too.
I try. She usually catches me when I'm not paying attention. She's like, Steph. On camera. Oops, sorry. Forgive me if I say this wrong, but this is how it's pronounced to me. Does
Sure.
Qigong utilize crystals, or is it considered energy work?
Oh, it's definitely considered energy work. Crystals per se, no. It's basically using life force energy through yourself and directing it however the client needs it. Actually, I just picked up an audiobook on Qigong, but I cannot for the life of me think of the name of it right now, but it's an excellent book. I would highly recommend it. If you want to know more about that, maybe message me on Facebook and I can get that to you, because it's I'm actually learning about it myself right now too. So it's great stuff. It really is. The more that you can learn about energy healing and to make my work better, I do it all the time because I'm constantly
It's a
wanting-
constant go. It's a constant flow. You're
Absolutely.
constantly learning.
Absolutely.
I always say, you know, especially on Spirit Connections, we always have guests where it's a basically
Work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
Yep,
Yep. It's to help
absolutely.
enlighten everyone, including the host and the chat room host and the directors and everybody else involved. You know,
Absolutely.
it's to enlighten mind, body, and spirit. So
Yeah, you have a great show. You do a lot of good stuff. You really do.
thank you. Thank you. As you all know, I'm not a journalist, but spirit medium first.
But you play
Actually,
one on
human
TV.
first. Yeah,
Spooky TV.
that's right.
That's all that matters.
So,
Absolutely.
Okay. Does the client have to believe in or be open to crystal healing for it to work, or does it work no matter who it's done on?
It'll work no matter who it's done on, but I mean, it definitely helps to be more open. I've actually done a little bit with my father, and he's pretty much closed off to everything. But, but I still, you know, I still get the energy moving with him, and he was surprised. I was actually even surprised. But it's definitely to be more open is key. You know what I mean? But as long as you're more concentrated on the healing aspect, that you want to get something out of it for whatever ailment or issue they have going on, that's key too. But I mean, and that want, you know, will help facilitate whatever I'm doing as well. So absolutely.
Excellent.
Is it true?
Sorry.
Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting either. Is it true that the moon can influence our energy?
Absolutely. It's like a, I would say it's like a magnifying, not my magnifying glass, but it's like a
Magnifier.
magnifier. Exactly.
Yeah, so-
You know, it's just, it's enhancing because it's so in tune. It does so much to the earth, and it does so much to us. So, whatever you're doing, I would definitely say it's magnified by whatever work you're doing. It helps me sometimes. Sometimes it can kind of put me in a tizzy, but
Well,
otherwise,
we're
it's,
all ruled by the moon.
Absolutely.
Everything is moon. We think sometimes it's the sun, but it's actually all lunar.
no, absolutely. I mean, we wouldn't be here if we didn't have the moon. So, I mean, honestly, it can enhance, and sometimes it can kind of throw a monkey wrench into things too. Sometimes
tailspin.
Exactly, because the energy
It's a
is so focused and so it's everywhere. You know what I mean?
And that's
So,
why they always say it must be a full moon tonight because
absolutely.
the freaks come out.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
including me.
Me too. No, but I mean, you can feel it building too. Always when there's a full moon, I can just, you know, you can always sense it. You can always tell when it's coming,
Yeah, absolutely.
and you can see it too, obviously. But.
Yeah. Do mediums ever actually look into crystal balls? And if so, do they see images or messages?
I'm sure some do.
Some do.
I
No, I don't.
I know there's some folks that actually use like the little, like little pots, and they actually have water in them. They look into that too, or mirrors and whatnot. I don't per se, but there are plenty that do. You know, see, the thing is just
Some of them swear by it.
I know. It's
They
just
do.
there are things that you learn. There are things that you gravitate towards that you find work for you, and you should. You know what I mean? If it's something that if you do this work, look into it. If it feels good for you, use it. Try to use it. You know what I mean? That's again, we're always trying to do different things to make our art and our what we do better.
Exactly, and
You know?
it's whatever, like you said, you can say it perfectly. Whatever gravitates you.
Absolutely.
You know,
and if it
especially-
doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yep.
You can just move on to something else. But always constantly be looking for things to help you do your job better. You know, and that's why
Finding
I've,
tools.
exactly. I mean,
learning to
the
see.
crystals have been extremely helpful to me. They take what energy work I do now, it just takes it up a notch.
Now, one thing before we get to questions again, Steph, sorry, but another thing I want to mention, and I believe we spoke about it the last time you were on, is Todd is huge into meditation. We haven't even touched base on that because we were getting carried away with all this crystal talk. But you're huge into meditation.
Absolutely.
And you're going to be teaching a class at the center in East Bridgewater in the next
Yep.
couple months. He's going to
Yep.
be there. Now, can I ask you how you got involved with meditation
Sure.
as well?
Well, the program, the class I want to do, it's a bit of meditation, but it's more so the name of the program. It's going to be Back to Center, and basically
At the center.
Yes, yeah, at the center, back to center, at the center. So where it came from is basically, you know, we all have stresses every day with jobs, work, family. And myself, I'm a pretty calm person, and you know, I still have my issues. I still can kind of fly off the handle sometimes, but
You're human first. you know?
exactly. But what I came up with is an outline of some very simple things that you can do to bring you back to where you're calm and when you're centered. And I just want to relay those to people and have discussion about it. And just, you know, long-term things that you can do on a daily basis, weekly basis to put you back where you need to be. And on a daily basis, or even on a minute basis, you go from being really stressful to calming yourself and bringing it back down to where you need to be.
Right.
You know, and that's, you know, we all have things in our lives that push us, you know, and we need to come back to being calm, because giving the energy to stress, it's not good for you.
Well, you know what you put on his Facebook page the other day, and actually Maureen used it too.
Yeah.
And it said, "Why stress about today?
Why worry about today?
Excuse me. Why worry about? You
Yep.
can do it.
Yeah,
I don't want to mess it up."
Worrying takes energy away from today, and then something about tomorrow. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's true. You give. I know, we're
Go
kind
to
of winging
his
it there.
Facebook page,
Exactly.
and you'll be able to see.
But you know, you give worry too much energy, because what's it do for you?
Yeah.
You know, I don't worry about anything. I really don't. You know, if
And when I worry, I go to Todd.
exactly. But honestly, if I have a worry, I deal with it right then and there, and then I put it out of my mind, because what's it going to do? All it does is take away from you. You know, in stresses or dealing with people, I'm still a student of this myself. I have a 13-year-old, and he's my student. I'm sorry, he's my teacher. He is. He puts me in situations where I can go a little bit off, and I need to bring myself back to center. And it's an ongoing process, and I like to relate those things and try to get people to think about things that they can do when they've pushed it too hard.
Well, how many times have any of you spent a whole day worrying about, oh, I don't want to go to work tomorrow, I don't want to go to work tomorrow, oh.
Yeah.
And then you get to work and you think, oh, you know what, it's not that bad.
Exactly.
Or, I mean, any other situation, like, what's that person going to say? I hope I'm not in trouble, I hope. And then you go through the entire day without any conflict with that particular person that you
Absolutely.
spent the whole previous day worrying about. And then you
Right.
think, wow, I really didn't give my dog enough attention. I didn't hang out with my parents. I
'Cause-
didn't
and that's
get
just
to
it.
see my friends because I was too anxious to do anything
Exactly,
about
and that just takes away all that good energy that you had. You know, you wake up in the morning and you're just thankful for being alive, and if you can stay in that mindset of it's just a new day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, walk out in the sunlight if it's out. You know, and just be like, okay, I'm here.
Right.
I'm alive.
Right.
You know, then the whole day is going to be good for you. It's all about putting that perception in your mind that the next thing's not going to make you more stressed out or more anxious.
Exactly.
You know, it's just nipping it right in the bud right when it happens.
Exactly.
And one of the first things I'm going to speak about is just a simple breathing exercise. Just take in 5 or 10 deep breaths in and out, and just clear yourself. If you're in traffic, you know, or if you're at a stoplight, or if you're at work and someone just miffed you, you know, made you upset, just take a few minutes, go to the bathroom, do a few deep breaths. That's all you need. It's amazing what just a few really deep breaths will do for you.
And sometimes it's more easy for some people, I would say, to go to a meditation class where they have someone to kind of go off of. Obviously, there's DVDs and also CDs, and I'm sure you can watch it on YouTube now, you
Right.
know, all different types of
Yeah.
healing techniques. But it's good to go to a class because the majority of people that are in the class are there because of you know, they need to actually have that live person, that facilitator,
Right.
you know, there.
Yeah, I mean, I just have an outline of what I'm going to speak of, and of course, I want folks to talk about what they do, you know what I mean, and just to enhance what they're doing, and just kind of give them some direction to instantly
Right.
take yourself back to center.
Right.
And that's where you should be. That's where you're calm.
Steph,
Yes,
do we have any questions, my friend?
we have a lot.
All right.
Outstanding.
I know.
Can people accidentally be affected by crystals if they were to wear them as jewelry?
Well, you got to think about this. If you're going to go to a store, like, you know, a place that sells a lot of spiritual stuff and stones and whatnot, you know, there may be many people that have picked up that particular stone. So that's why, you know, cleansing them when you bring them home is key, because you want to imbue them with your energy. And if, say, if this is going to be a stone that you're going to wear, you look up online on how to cleanse different stones, because some of them you don't want to use salt because it actually take away from the actual material. But, you know, cleanse it the best that you can, and then actually sleep with it. Put it under your pillow, or put it under your bed, or whatnot. If that's going to be something you're going to wear, because you're just when you're sleeping, you're constantly putting direct energy into that stone.
Well, it's actually funny that was brought up because I wear a moonstone all the time, every day. And I never even think, because I'm just not that familiar with crystals or
Well,
stones
you
of that.
can take that anxiety of some time and direct it there.
right into the middle of my throat. I'm
Absolutely.
kidding.
No, but I'm serious. You
Right.
take that and direct it, and then later on, just get rid of it. Absolutely. See, you have
Good
a stone.
thinking.
You have a
I
stone.
have my own stone.
Yep.
Go ahead, Steph.
Okay. Before I ask this is a 100% legitimate, serious question. And when somebody asked it Everybody else in the chat room wanted to know the answer.
Okay.
I told them I wasn't asking it, and they told me I had to.
Okay.
So, can crystals enhance sexual energies? If so, how?
Absolutely. Yep.
I told you.
Yep. They can. It's all about, I'll leave it at this. It's all about direction. You know what I mean? It's just, you can use them to direct things, and it's absolutely.
And there's also certain crystals themselves, like I mentioned the clear quartz for a good clearing. What would
Absolutely.
be good for a good fertile or sexual type of stone?
Rose quartz.
Rose quartz?
Even the clear quartz. See, the clear quartz it's you can use it for everything. And that's what I love about it. It's got so many different avenues to use it for, and that's absolutely, because it's especially the clear, because it's you kind of use it like you think about a prism. Well, how the sunlight goes to the prism and how it's directed. It's the same thing, but it's more directed. It's kind of like a laser beam kind of going through it pretty much, and that's absolutely.
Thank you very much.
No
All
problem.
about the love. All about the love.
Mm-hmm.
Love.
Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions left. Is it true that all crystals can be cleansed by placing them on selenite?
Yes, I believe that's a salt. Yeah. It just kind of depends. If it's a more porous stone, you don't want to use any kind of salt with that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I mean, for myself, it was just something that kind of came to me with with the cleansing with the candle little ceremony that I do, because this works for me. I mean, I would definitely suggest reading more up on it. You know what I mean? Figure what'll for that particular stone. But you know, a simple clearing that, you know, even if you say a blessing over it too, or say a little prayer, you know what I mean? But the best thing to clear any stone is really just put out in the sunlight. The sunlight just burns everything out of that stone, along with your intention. But that's the easiest way to do it.
Okay. Does the Hope Diamond actually have negative energy? What is your take on that?
I mean,
Have you heard of the Hope?
Yeah, I
Oh,
have.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very big stone, very big crystal. I mean, I'm not sure the whole story. I remember the program. This program on like National Geographic like last year. I never actually watched it, but you know, if it's been through a lot, I mean, there could definitely be residual, you know, negativity in that particular stone. It's entirely possible. You know, I mean, but it's been through many hands, from what I understand, and it has some definitely tragedy to it, I believe. I can't remember exactly, but
Okay.
absolutely.
Does light energy itself cause negative or positive reactions to certain situations?
This light energy. How do they mean light energy? Like light intention or light?
I don't know. This question was about 20 minutes ago, so I'm not sure, but I'm sure if they're listening, they can
Yeah, absolutely.
they can follow up on that.
A little bit more specific, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to skip that one for now. We'll see if they answer. What is your theory on limestone holding energies, such as in haunted locations?
Any of the stones like that, especially granite and limestone, they'll kind of act like sponges, especially depending on an energy too. If an area is already there's a lot of activity, the more earth and the more like older stone. Well, actually, not the older stone, but like granite per se. Living in New England, there's a lot of granite all over the place, so it holds energy. It definitely does, and yeah, absolutely, yeah, it definitely holds a lot of energy. Absolutely.
A lot
Sorry.
of energy.
Absolutely.
Can crystal chandeliers affect people inadvertently?
Well, I mean, no, 'cause the thing is, a crystal chandelier, I mean, put it this way, say if you have, you know, a family dinner, okay, and and you're constantly having family dinners there, and it's, you know, it can definitely hold on to
Retain. Yeah, retain.
Yeah, it can definitely retain good and bad. I mean, it's not something that you're really working with. It's not something that you're really handling. So I mean, it's not in that case too. You not necessarily don't even have to really handle it for it to actually be imbued with any kind of energy. But yeah, it's kind of an iffy thing. It could definitely retain something for sure. But like I said, it'd be more intent that you'd have to be put in that. But I mean, also too, say if there's an older house that has the paranormal issues. I mean, if there's a chandelier in there, if something had happened in that particular room, you know, that kind of energy that could also have some residual in there as well. So they kind of act like sponges in a way, but they're not absorbing all the energy that's in a location, but they
Absorb
take,
the intent.
right, and they take little fractions of that energy, and it can hold on to it. Absolutely.
Okay. Why does light energy multiply on a quantum level?
It's a good
You're
question.
getting nailed with
No,
questions.
well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of physics, and
Well, that's fantastic for this question because I was like, how do we
Yeah.
answer that?
can you ask that one more time? I'm sorry.
Why does light energy multiply on a quantum level?
Do you want to call a friend?
Phone a friend.
Phone a
Well,
friend.
I'm
Poll the
not a
audience.
physicist, but I I hear what you're saying, but I'm really not sure how to answer that question. Yeah, I can't answer that question.
That is 100% okay.
Yeah.
But if anybody has an answer to that question,
Absolutely.
definitely get into the chat room, or they can email Todd. What's your email address, Todd?
It's todd.p.mooney@gmail.com.
So I'm sure you'd love to hear the answer.
Absolutely.
To
Well, and the funny thing is, I'm a huge physics fan. Quantum theory. Ask Sarah. I make her watch those shows all the time. So, but I actually don't have an answer for that one. But you got to think about this too, though. You know, all the matter that is us and that's in this room, it's basically congealed light, because when bonds are broken and when energy transfers back into matter and back and forth, light's released. So, I mean, it's just a cumulative effect, and it's just, we're all light. You know what I mean? We're all energy.
that. All light and all energy. That's
It's
what
true.
it actually boils down to, as always.
Yep.
So we just talked that you're going to be doing a meditation class at the center in East Bridgewater within the next couple months.
Absolutely.
So
Don't have a
people-
date as of yet, but to follow.
Which you have to check it out, because he was the one that actually got me into doing some of my own meditation.
Absolutely.
Because again, I'm always high strung.
I was going to
Now
bring
you
it
have to
down.
use crystals on me.
I know.
Because
I've had to
what
kick
other
it up a
modality
notch.
can you use? So, but you definitely want to check out his meditation class. And then, of course, May 6th at the center again in East Bridgewater, there's going to be a healing energy fair. Todd's going to be part of that, and he's going to be doing, crystal healing on that, which is going to be amazing, because
Absolutely.
it's sign up the day of, which is going to be great.
Yep. And any other questions, you guys feel free to ask.
All right. Well, thank you once again for being on
Well, thank
Spirit
you.
Connections.
It was so much fun.
Thanks. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. It was awesome.
And I hope you guys had a great time. I see you guys are active in the chat room. That's the way I like it. And I'll see you next week with Angela from Mind Body Bar. So until then, have a good night. And you can catch me at Spirit Medium Tiffany on Facebook. Thank you.